Hey guys, please rock the like, subscribe and share for you go. I would really appreciate it. And welcome back, welcome. If you're here for the very first time, welcome to Radiant Guardians. I got a message that came through in the early hours of the morning, and I thought, oh my goodness, it's coming in and it's coming in, and I was like still asleep. I was still in bed, still asleep, and this was coming in the wee hours and early hours of the morning. While I was in another dimension, I was like just in another dimension, and it started to come in, and it was coming in really quick and really fast. And as I was coming back into my body from this other dimension, as I was coming back into my body, my hand just automatically went like that to my side table by my bed, and I just grabbed my phone, and as it was just coming in and coming in, I opened it up to my notes, and I started writing this message that was coming in. It was just coming in really fast. But anyway, we're going to get into it right now. Welcome to you if you're here for the very first time. Please rock that like. Alright, let's just dive into this, okay? And let's get into this. So this came in the early hours of the morning. Alright. I could hear it while I was still in another dimension. As slowly as I woke up to return to my body, half asleep, I grabbed my phone and I just took all this down. Alright. And so here it is, you guys. Alright. It's not our job to wake up the others. It never was and never has been. Listen up, starseeds. When your team of guides woke you up, it wasn't your job to go out and try to red pill everyone or to try to wake up the others. Not even your family, not even your friends. When your team of guides woke you up, it wasn't your job to go out and try to red pill them. And for this reason, that so many starseeds lose their friends and family, because what you're trying to warn them of causes them to hold tight to the 3D lives, which makes it harder for their team of guides to come in to wake them from slumber. When we interfere in divine spiritual work behind the scenes, it causes them to resist, especially if there is time to experience the awakening. So if it's not time yet for them to experience the awakening, we're kind of like interfering with that. That's not our job, to sound the alarm, to wake the others. Okay? Everything is in divine timing. Perfect divine timing. Imagine, for example, you get home from a very long day at work, tired as, and you take a shower, have dinner, and you bunker down for the night to get a good rest, right? You deserve it. You go to sleep, and it's all lovely, and it's a nice rest, and you have an amazing dream, and you know that you're having a really good rest and a good sleep is when you have an amazing dream. It's all lovely, it's all nice, right? And then in your dream you can hear all this loud music thumping away, and it vibrates the house. Your neighbours get home about 3 a.m. in the morning from a party and brings a few friends with them home. Now you're really pissed. You're really pissed, trying to shove your head under the pillow to drown out all the noise from your neighbours. Well, it's a bit like that. Okay? It is a bit like that. Sure, share some things, but don't be the cowboy riding through town shooting his gun in the air, yelling, "They're coming, they're coming," you know? In those Western movies, they shoot their guns in the air and they go, they're coming, trying to warn the community in the town. And I tell you now, and you've probably experienced this in your own lives. Your friends and family just looked at you like you're crazy. Conspiracy theory. There goes crazy conspiracy theory, Crispy again, blowing her horn. And the folks of that community close the window and curtains and go back to sleep. So I'm riding through town on my horse, got my gun, shooting it in the air, and just going, they're coming, trying to warn the community. They're coming. And then everybody peeks out the window. They can see me riding down the street on my horse, firing my gun in the air, yelling, they're coming. And then they close the curtains, thinking to themselves, there goes that crazy lunatic again. And they just go back to bed and go to sleep. And so if our jobs are, not to overdose the towns and the neighbours and friends and family, what is our job then? Here it is. Your job is to ascend. Get your vessel ready, and your job is to do all the inner work, clean house, strip away all the 3D programs that you were indoctrinated with. Unlearn, relearn. This is why we go through the ego death, the dark night of the soul. It's for us to snap out of all the shit we've been programmed with through years of indoctrination, living under the slavery of the dark hats, the cabal. So as soon as you experience your awakening and can see the forest through the trees, don't go jumping your neighbour's fence, alright? Don't go jumping over their fence and knocking on their window, or, bedroom window trying to wake them up. Gosh, no. They're going to get really pissed at that, right? Because you're at their window and you're knock, hey, wake up. Alright. So yeah, don't jump the fence and go scream when the sky is falling. It's not our jobs to awaken them. Instead, clean up our own house first. Right? A lot of starseeds will only be shifting to the 4th dimension because they hadn't completed their inner work to raise their vibration frequency high enough and haven't stripped away the ego triggers and the programs. And that's what we're doing. We're cleaning up. Cleaning house, guys. Let me tell you a little bit about the story of Jesus. Right, Jesus, when he went out into the desert for 40 days, 40 nights, do you think he went out there to think about how he was going to come back to town to wake up that community? I mean, seriously. Do we honestly think that he went all the way out into the desert, sat out there for 40 days, 40 nights? Well, not sat out there, but camped out there for 40 days and 40 nights, sitting there thinking about how is he going to, how am I going to go back into town, and how am I going to wake these people up, and how am I going to get them to see the truth? Well, no, he didn't go out there to do that. He went out to work on himself. He went out there to strip away anything that might be a hindrance to his teachings, to those who have ears to hear. That's what he was doing out there. That's what he was doing while he was camping out in the desert for 40 days, 40 nights. He was just doing self-work, working on himself, doing all his inner work. Alright? Stripping away the ego. Stripping away the program, stripping away any triggers that might be still in there and that might be a hindrance to his teachings. And and, teaching the others. So that's what he went out there for. The devil came to him in the desert. Oh boy, here we go. The devil comes to him in the desert and said, You all, I will give to you all of this, all of that out there, pointing to the lights in the city, pointing to the casinos, right? Pointing to all the riches of the world. The devil's saying, I'll give that all to you. You can have all that. That I give it to you if you just take a step back and just allow me to do the driving. Let me drive. Alright? Gosh, guys. Who do you think that was talking to Jesus? Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was that was talking to Jesus? Yeah, we get the picture that it was the devil because it's like written, right? The devil comes to him, tempts him, tells him he can have all this. But who do you think was actually talking to him? He went out there and he camped out there in the desert for like 40 days, 40 nights, right? By himself. There was no other people out there. Jesus was alone out in the desert. And he was like 15 k's away from the nearest town. So there was nobody else out there with him. He was all by himself. That devil, okay, that devil that came to him, that was his ego. That's right, guys. That was his ego. That devil energy was his ego. Something triggered his ego and he went out in the desert to deal with it. That's what he went out there for. Something triggered his ego and he went out into the desert far away from everyone else to deal with it. It's like, I'm coming out there and I'm going to deal with you. That's how it was. Alright? So he went out in the desert to deal with it. He knew he had a little bit of unfinished work, self-work to do. So he went out for 40 days and nights to work on self, doing some inner work of stripping away the shadow self, that devil energy, the ego. It is ego that comes from a place of greed. Ego that comes from a place of greed. Want, power, control, right? And demand. That's what that ego is. And when we are in ego, we desire to have it all. It's like we really want it all. When Jesus descended all the way down into the depths of hell, meaning going through all the anguish, pain, and human suffering, he was showing us how to do this ascension. He was teaching us and he was showing us. And just like him, we incarnated here in these bodies in the same way he did. And when we descended all the way down into the pits of hell, the 3D matrix where our vibration frequency dropped, this is what it is meant for him to descend. So when he descended all the way down into low frequency energy vibration, because in the 3D matrix it's all heavy, it's all dense, and he descended all the way down. Alright, and then him, right, teaching and showing his followers how to ascend again by teaching them to raise their own frequency energy vibration, raising back up, ascending. Right, raising back up into ascend to higher states of Christ consciousness. And that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. That's what he was showing his followers. He was showing his followers how to do this, how to ascend, because he had descended all the way down into the pits of hell. And the pits of hell is like the low vibration frequency where we're lowered in these vessels, right? We become very low in frequency, energy, vibration, and we go through all the pain and suffering. That is the pit of hell. It is all that low frequency, energy, vibration that he descended to. And yeah, oh my God, you guys, I seriously just can't make this stuff up. All right. So my team were revealing this to me, and me having to share it all with you guys. And this is the hard truth. You won't shift further, all right, than the fourth dimension with low vibrational ego triggers. You're going to have to go out for 40 days, 40 nights and do some self-work. If your house body is still carrying frequencies of low vibes, you're only going to shift into the fourth dimension. And there you will have to go through all your lessons to complete and finish them. Alright? The Grand Solar Flash is to activate our dormant DNA codes that are cleared to be activated. And, you know, we've got to do all the clearing of these vessels, right? Raise up in frequency, energy, vibration. Clean house, strip away the ego, programs, personality, stories, and rise up in frequency, energy, vibration right here again. Alright, so we can't, guys, we just cannot get lazy about this and become a couch potato. Alright, thinking that everything's going to be fine and it's all fine and dandy. Alright, yeah. So do the inner work, okay? Do the inner work. Go right back in here, raise your frequency, energy, vibration, because that's what our job is to do, is to rise up once again. You cannot shift, in high frequency vibration automatically. Alright, it doesn't happen automatically. We need to do a bit of housework too. So don't get lazy, become a couch potato, and get the idea that, you know, we don't have to do anything. And just think to yourself, oh well, I don't have to do anything. I'll grab a beer and a packet of potato chips and I'm just going to go and watch a movie. And while you're working on, you know, watching a movie, while you're watching a movie and having your beer and a potato chips, you get a knock at the door. One of your star brothers or star sister turns up and says, hey, you ready to go fly with me? And you're standing there with your beer in one hand and your chips in the other, and you're like, well, when did the solar flash happen? Alright? Don't be that person, you guys. Don't be that person that, you know, just misses the solar flash because, you know, they've been sitting on the couch eating their potato chips and watching movies all day. Alright? Don't be that person, guys. Do the inner work, stay focused, and get creating the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Don't worry about the others and trying to wake everyone else up. Instead, be the example. Let them see how much you have changed by being the best version of yourself that you can be. And they're going to want to know. They're going to want to know, where did that narcissistic old fart go to? What happened to them? You'll be living proof, guys. You'll be living proof that we had been fooled all along. And now the change has happened. You have changed in a really awesome way. It is not our job to wake up anyone and to red pill with all the hardcore truth. It never was. It was never our job to wake anybody else up. Again, Soon as you are awakened by your team, you only have one job to do, right? Start the cleanup, dust yourself off so you can be ready to step into your mission and your purpose here on planet Earth when you incarnate. So you come into a place of awakening, go through the dark night of the soul, ego death. You start doing all the housework, cleaning, right? Stripping away the ego, stripping away the personality, stories and everything. Cleaning all the muck away. And then you ascend, right? You start to rise up in frequency, energy, vibration again. Alright. So go within, focus on yourself. And yes, it might sound a bit selfish because we were programmed that way, you know. And so being selfish is something that we were programmed with. But when it comes down to it, it is what it is. So doing all the inner work and clearing your house, you're going to be the one that others are going to watch because you took the time. You took the time to make your house shine like the sun. And they can see a massive change and a difference in you. And they, you know, their curiosity is like they want to know. They want to know now, you know. Share a little bit of what it is and how come you've changed so much. So don't get caught sitting on the couch waiting for the solar flash. Go to work raising your frequency, energy, vibration, and share your light by just simply being. Strip away the ego triggers and the 3D programs that are all the muck and shit that needs to be cleared out of these bodies so that these avatars can be grand solar flash ready and to upgrade our DNA. It will be a smooth transition into harmonic universe 2 and 3, or even further into the 5th harmonic universe, which is the 13th and 14th and 15th dimension. The very reason our DNA has been dormant and switched off, simply because the dark forces that be. So they knew that all they had to do, right, to lower our vibration frequency was put us in a state of fear and confusion, and then manipulate us into believing we needed them to protect us. The small and useless beings on planet Earth need our protection, and that's what they were doing. So, oh, poor humanity, they said. They need our protection and guidance. Let's put a TV in every corner of their homes so we can further keep everyone in control. And so this is why we have been endowed, right, with low vibration, programming with feelings and emotions that are not even ours, but have been there to, you know, created by something that you're watching on that television little square box in the corner of your living room. So, yeah, something that was created, something that was showing you. And all those emotions and feelings weren't even yours. So you get into this low frequency vibe, keeping you in a state of fear and vulnerability. Once they got you into that state of needing them to do all our thinking for us, and us feeling vulnerable and useless without their protection, the rest was easy. We became putty in their hands. So all they had to do was now put us to work, making money for them, and all they had to do was get us over into a place of greed, wanting more, having more and more, right? And when that's not enough, when that wasn't even enough for us, we wanted to have power and control, just like them. And so this is why There is so much chaos in the world today because we have all descended into the depths of hell. If you want to know if hell exists, look around you. Look at the world around you. It does. It is an invisible furnace of pain and human suffering. But just like Jesus, we can ascend again to our most beautiful glory. We had descended all the way down into low vibration frequency in these bodies, and our DNA of the highest strands were deactivated. It was a kill switch, you guys. The kill switch was actually operated in the hands of the dark hats, and they've been using this program on humanity for thousands of years. And that is why we have much inner work to do to ascend once again to our original glory. When we high-fived each other before we came here and incarnated in these bodies, when we said to each other, "Oh, I'll see you down there," and we were like, yeah, we were excited, filled with joy, and because knowing that we knew the truth. And when we high-fived each other and said, "I'll see you down there, I'll see you down there," we were so excited. The only thing is that when we got here, it was like, oh, where is everyone? What happened to everybody? Yeah. So when we high-fived each other, it was just like coming down here, and then next minute it's like, okay, where did everybody go? Alright, so time to rise again, you guys. Time to rise. Time to raise up in frequency, energy, vibration. Time to ascend. Okay? To do all that inner work and to keep going. And also having fun at the same time. So, who's with me, you guys? Who is with me on this journey and ready to ascend again? That is the message that came through from my guides, my team, and I had to deliver. And so I share that message with you, and I thank you guys for being here. Please rock the like, subscribe, and share for your girl. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget, check out the description box. There are links in that description box down below where you can find a link there to Ishmael's book, Our Cosmic Origin, and also to his new website. And also, come join us in the house on Telegram of Galactic Jedi Soul Family. We've got a lovely lot of star seeds there, ready to just welcome you with open arms. Alright guys, that's all I have for you. That was the message that I had to bring, and please only take what resonates for you, and also use your discernment. Also, please drop some comments in the box down below. I would really appreciate that. I love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, have a really awesome day. Don't forget, do your own research too. Use your own discernment. Do all your own research, and use your intuition as well. Alright, take only what resonates. Okay guys, I love you all. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright, namaste. My brothers and sisters, namaste. Bye guys.